We've managed to solve 3 Easter eggs in the Delta Force Hawk Ops extraction mode that's called Hazard Operations. They're all on the only map that we've got access to at the moment, and we know of another Easter egg, but just don't know how to complete it yet. A massive shout out to the First and 13, who not only showed me how to complete the first Easter egg, but came online and then helped me to solve the other 2 as well. A link to his YouTube channel is in the description below. Now obviously this is a weird situation. I was super lucky to get invited to the technical test for Delta Force Hawk Ops. There's only a few hundred people in a test, so not many people have been able to explore the map yet or even know that these Easter eggs exist at all. So it's much less exciting to be like, hey, we did this first. And it feels a bit like this could spoil things for people who want to explore it for themselves. So I'm going to kind of give you a heads up now. I'll let you know that there are at least 4 Easter eggs, all in the Layali Grove map. I'll show you where the locations for them are, and then afterwards I'll explain how to solve all of them and what the rewards are. Remember, you'll be able to get access to this alpha yourself from Thursday. To get access, all you need to do is enter my competition on Twitter. I'm going to have 10 keys to give away, or come watch me play the game for at least 1 hour from Thursday over at twitch.tv/geekypastimes, and then you'll be able to get access as part of their Twitch Drops program. So make sure you go follow me over at twitch.tv/geekypastimes. So if you just want to go hunt for these yourselves, and I think all of them are very much doable by yourself, then just watch the first bit of the video, see where they are, and then you can go hunting for them by yourself. Or if you want to see the whole thing and the rewards you get, watch right till the end. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's get started. So the first Easter egg we know about, and we've solved this one, is in the Manor House area. The second Easter egg we found is right far in the southeast of the map, just where one of the extractions sometimes spawn. And the third Easter egg, and the last one that we've managed to solve, is just on the far south of the map near one of the extraction points that you have to pay for, just south of the Sparkling Empress Hotel. Now there is another Easter egg that we haven't solved near Transova Station, so if anyone works out how to solve that one, it's just south of the station. Please let me know in the comments. Now onto the guide, so if you don't want spoilers, stop watching now. So let's start with the Manor House Easter egg. This is up in the northwest, and the reward for this is this lovely skin for the M700 sniper rifle. This is a guaranteed reward. You're always going to get it, like all of the other rewards I show. You just get it once actually, and then I think you get money for the other times if you want to repeat it. But this one is super easy. I think anyone could do this, and one team does spawn there, so sometimes you'll get lucky, and if you spawn at Manor House, that'll be really, really nice for you. So to complete this Easter egg, the first thing that I think you're meant to do is realize that there's this staircase going down below the house, and that leads to a door, and there's a keypad on the door that needs a 3-digit combination. Above it, there's these weird symbols that show a kind of Delta Force logo and then a dagger symbol, and then it shows those two kind of coming together, and that's meant to kind of hint to you how you're going to solve this. So if you go up out of the stairs, you're going to see that Delta Force logo is on the side of the building. Now, if you go around the building and into this room, you'll see the first sort of dagger icon, and you can tell it's the first one because it's got one dot by the hilt, is pointing towards this corner. And then if you go look in that corner and then look to the side, you'll be able to see the first number that you need. These are randomized every game, so you do need to go look for yourself. You can't just copy my code. Then once you've got that one, you need to go outside and then climb up onto the roof. You'll see there's another dagger kind of pointing to the corner of the roof. And then when you're up on the roof, you should be able to see another number super clearly just on the wall of the roof. So you should be able to see that one with no problems at all. Then the last dagger, the one with 3 dots on the hilt, that one's pointing towards this little hole in the roof. And if you look through the hole, you should just be able to make out a number on the floor below. You can actually go into the room in the floor below and then see the number a little bit clearer if you want to, but that should have given you a 3-digit code now. So then you can go back to the keypad, enter the 3-digit code, and that will open up and reveal the crate. These crates are exclusive to these rooms. It's the only place where you see them as far as I can tell. And then to get the reward, you actually need to get this crate out. You can't put it in your secure storage. Even if your secure storage is big enough, it won't let you. So you have to go make it to an extraction. Then when you've extracted, you can open it up in your stash, and that will unlock the new weapon camo for you. As a side note, I have absolutely no idea if any of this stuff will cross over from the technical test into the alpha and then into the beta, I assume they'll do, and a finished game, or if you do this in the alpha, whether that will end up unlocking for the future. I've got no idea. So now on to the second Easter egg, and this one's going to take place right over on the southeast of the map, where one of the extraction zones sometimes spawns. There's a little staircase that goes down again. If you go down there, you'll find this little keypad, and then this time you need 4 digits. Now, the way you're meant to solve this is completely ignore all of the weird symbols above the door. I thought they'd be important, but they weren't really at all. And ignore the little thing on the keypad that says something like A1, B2, C1, C2. As far as I can tell, that doesn't matter at all either. But what you do need to pay attention to, and something that the first one noticed, is the sound coming out of the keypad. It's playing some Morse code, it's playing 4 digits in Morse code, and weirdly, for whatever reason, at least in a technical test that we're playing, it didn't change at all. So for us, it was 2580. It took a little bit of messing around to work out which number was meant to be the start of it, but you can just put in 2580, open this door, wander in and get the crate. You don't really need to mess around with Morse code at all. Now, obviously, when they release the game, when it's in alpha, it might change. They might change the Morse code in it. So make sure you listen to it and you should be able to work it out. It's just dots and dashes. You can put it into a Morse code translator online and then you'll be able to work it out for yourselves. The reward for this one is a lovely MP5 Delta Force camo. It's kind of a deserty camo with a bunch of stickers on it. It looks pretty cool, I think. And it's the same deal. You just pick up the crate, make sure you extract with it, and then you can open it up when it's back in your stash and you will get this camo. So now on to the third one, and this is the most involved one. This one's actually a little bit tricky, and sadly you do have to go and do a lot of the legwork yourself. So if you go all the way to the south extraction point, the one that you have to pay for, you'll find yet another staircase with yet another keypad at the bottom, and at the top of this keypad there's a weird code that looks like it's just kind of gibberish. Now, I put this into my chat on when I was streaming, and Scotto AC, who's helped me out with a bunch of Warzone, Zombies, Easter eggs and things like that before, he worked out that this is actually a keyboard change cipher, which is kind of when you lay out the alphabet on one row, and then you put out the layout of the keyboard, so like QWERTY, UIOP, etc., on the row below it. You can then swap the letters between them, and then you get a phrase that says Cave, Gurab Desolation, Minefield, and Wharf Tower. Now, these are 4 separate locations around the map, and those are locations where you're going to have to go find codes or numbers to make up the code, which you can use to open this door. The reward for this one is a little bit different to the others. It's not a camo. Instead, it's a set of level 5 armor. So in theory, you could just do this one over and over again, I think, and get the armor. I haven't actually tried doing it twice, so maybe the second time you try to do it, it won't work. I'm not sure. Again, let me know in the comments if you do try it. But this seems like it could be a pretty cool way to get a level 5 set of armor, although what you have to do is actually pretty difficult. So the first thing we have to do is go to Cave. So it's up in this location, kind of in the northeast of the map. There's a massive waterfall, and at the top layer of that you can get to, you can actually go underneath the waterfall and into this cave. You'll see another one of these familiar sword type icons pointing towards some crates in the corner. If you jump down behind the crates, you'll be able to see on the back of one of them, there'll be a set of symbols that looks like Morse code. Now, we had a little bit of trouble with these because a lot of them, you'll be able to see there's 5 symbols, like there are for all numbers in Morse code. And there'll be some dots and some dashes probably, or all dots and all dashes. And then sometimes it's a little bit ambiguous because if you can see like 2 dashes and then 3 dots, that could potentially be a 3, or it could be a 7, depending on which way round they are. Now, we found with some of them, like the 7, it's pretty clear which way they are, because they kind of lay them out so it looks like a 7, but some of the others are a little bit trickier. Like the 6 sort of looks like an upside down 6, which is, again, a bit strange. I don't know why it doesn't look the right way up. And then some of the other ones, like an 8, don't look like an 8 at all. So this is really tricky. You just kind of need to note down the 2 possibilities, and then when you get back to the keypad, you might need to try both of them if you don't know for sure which one it is. But make sure you make a note of that number at the cave. And now for the second one, you're going to have to go over to the Gurab Desolation, which is this kind of smashed up town over on the far east of the map. So you can head on over there and you might see the big dagger on a wall on a building, kind of the east side of the town. And then the code that you're looking for, the symbols that you're looking for, are just on a broken wall a little bit further, kind of south of that. So if you look at the wall, you should be able to see another set of symbols, and same deal. It might be a bit tricky to work it out. Make sure you count up how many dots and dashes there are, so at least you can work out, you know, kind of the two possibilities that it could be. By the way, the cave is the first number because that's what was the first word in the sort of cipher that's on the keypad. And then this is the second number. A slight note here, some of the symbols that we saw, it looked like it could potentially all be dots, but one of them was more square. If they're square at all, that means it's a dash. Now, frustratingly, for the third number, we couldn't actually work it out. It's in the minefield somewhere. We found the dagger symbol in the minefield, but we couldn't find the symbol. If you know where it is, again, let us know in the comments. I'd be super interested to know. But thankfully, because you can find 3 out of the 4 numbers for this, you can just brute force the last one. So just try the entire code, and then with 0 in the third position, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, etc. and then go all the way through. But yeah, we couldn't find the one in the minefield at all. The minefield is really close to Gurub Desolation. It's just in the east of the map, but we couldn't find it. So then the last one is in Blue Wharf, and there's a big tower in Blue Wharf. That's Wharf Tower that the Cipher was talking about. You're going to be heading down there. It's right in the south of the map, not too far from the door that you're trying to open. So you can go there and go into the tower and go up some staircases up to the top floor that you can possibly go to. And you should be able to see this dagger on the ceiling that's kind of pointing to the corner. You need to stand right near the dagger and then look up to the next floor. You can't go up there yourself because the staircase is blocked. But if you look up through the gap, you should just be able to see one more set of symbols. It helps if you've got something with a telescopic sight a little bit for this one. Now, again, you just need to note it down what it is, or if there's a couple of possibilities, what the possibilities are. And now you should have 3 out of the 4 numbers. So now you can return to the keypad, try all of them. Again, with the third one, you just have to go through 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's a little bit of a pain if you didn't know what some of the other ones were as well. Like, I understand that's a little bit tricky. It means you've got lots of possibilities to try, and it's kind of tricky to keep track of. But we've done this twice now, and both times we got it really quickly once we had the other 3 numbers. So it's not too bad to do it. But you do get this cool reward of getting a big set of level 5 armor. And like I said, if you can repeat that, that could be kind of amazing. Although when you do this and you've got real players on the server, it's an absolute nightmare because you are traveling around pretty much the entire east side of the map, and you're going to get into lots of fights and probably end up shredding some armor trying to do this. But that's all 3 Easter eggs that we know about. Those are the 3 Easter eggs that we managed to solve together. We managed to get all of those bits done. There is one other staircase that we've already found on the map. So this one is the one that's just south of the train station. If you go down the stairs, this is a different kind of setup because instead of needing a code, you need a key card. The key card looks very, very strange. It's like a couple of symbols and then L2 to 3. Absolutely no idea where you could find this key card. If you've got any ideas, let me know. I'd love to make a video on how to solve this last one. I don't know what the reward is for the last one either. So that is all of the Easter eggs we know. We managed to solve 3 out of the 4 of them. I'd be super interested to find out what's happening with that last one. That's what I'm going to be searching for over the rest of the next week. So make sure you tune into the streams if you want to see that.